Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zullen Ironshield. Alright guys, we're going to do another volume on our Lord of the Rings Excursion playlist. I'm really excited about this one because I'm going to quick thing. So I'm going to do about 5 minutes of explaining and showing you the game. Alright, so if you really just want to see the game, skip 5 minutes into the video. So Medieval 2 Total War. This has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings, but it's a very good strategy battlefield type of game. Very fun. The Total War game franchise I love. I've always loved all of them. But one thing that could make the Lord of the Rings Total War even better is, of course, having a mod to make it Lord of the Rings, right? What could be even better than that? So, basically what I want to show you right now is I'm going to open the original game so you guys can see it, alright? So I'm going to open the original Medieval 2 Total War game. I want you to see what it looks like, and then I want to just show you how they changed the mod, right? And how they made it Lord of the Rings. So we're going to play some of the Lord of the Rings mods. I have a couple. So there was originally one a long time ago that was the I want to show you guys this whole little front thing here right here in case it's going to do something. So this game is a little bit older. This game was also made in 2000 and let's see, actually. I don't remember off the top of my head. Shall we look at the case here? What year was this game made? I think it was in the 2000 and oh, it's a 2004. Interesting. It's the same time as the Battle for Middle-earth kind of stuff came out. Interesting indeed. So they've got a pretty cool little entrance. Let you listen. I will say I have 3 different mods I want us to play for this game that are Lord of the Rings, because we're sticking to Lord of the Rings stuff, right? One of the mods is one I used to play, which we probably actually won't do a third one this much. We'll do 2 of them. But it was the Third Age mod for Medieval 2 Total War, and it was the 3.4 edition. They've made a new one now that's the 4.1 edition, right? And I'm going to put a thing in the link of someone who made a really good video on how to install this mod with the Medieval 2 Total War. So if you have the Medieval 2 game on your Steam or your CD on your computer, you can play the Lord of the Rings mods with it. So I'll put that in the description. And basically, so the 4.1 is like the updated version of the Lord of the Rings one. And then I have Divide and Conquer, which is another kind of similar style, but a little bit different, more factions mod. They're both really good. But this is the game the mod is made for right here. Total War, Medieval 2 Total War. It's a great game. They have some brand new ones that have come out this last year that are great games as well. I really like how Medieval 2 Total War plays and Rome Total War. They're my favorites. I kind of wish they would do updated ones, the new ones that are like that. But anyway, let me just show you a little bit. So there's 2 forms of this, right? It's kind of like the Conquest, or the other one we were playing, where it's kind of like a risk board, right? Yes, the Battle for Middle Earth, right? Gosh, lost my train of thought. The Battle for Middle Earth. It's very similar to that, but the difference is the battling is far more immersive in how they did these. Alright, so we're going to do grand campaigns. So you can do historic battles. They'll have different things, like the battles of Hastings and the battles of this is medieval, right? This is our history. They try to be very accurate to history in the Total War series when they're actually basing it off that. So I think that's kind of cool. They take a little creative license here and there, but pretty much they try to stick to historical accuracy, which I find very cool. Of course, the Lord of the Rings ones do as well, the mods. There's quick battles, there's custom battles, so what it looks like in game. We're going to go to the Grand Campaign. So this is what the Grand Campaign looks like. It's Europe, right? A lot of times I will play, Scotland. I'm very Scottish. I like Scotland. Or England. Or there's many different factions. They're all fun. I've played most of them. They're really fun. These games can go on many hours. They're like a strategy game. They can go on many hours. So anyway, let's just pop into one of them just to show you the map. I just want you to see what the map looks like, and then we're going to go over to the mod. So I'll let you see this because it's real short. It's cool and kind of cool.
Scotland remains at the mercy of the English. Though its people are strong-willed and defiant, they face a daily struggle against subjugation. Despite this, these courageous people fight for a future where they
I have to sound a
at
little
the
quiet.
mercy of no one.
It's okay though. Give a shout out to Total War though, you guys. These games are awesome. So, I'm promoting Total War right now. Go buy their games. They're awesome. But I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm just, you know, giving them a shout out because their games are awesome.
For the Scottish, to fight is to survive. To shake off the shackles of oppression requires a mighty hero to unite the clans and forge an empire.
Okay, so that's their little opening. Again, I think rather impressively done video and graphics for a video game from 2004. I don't know. I give them like thumbs up for that. How many years ago that is that now? 17 years almost? Hey, almost 18. Alright, so this is what the map looks like, right? To give you kind of an idea. A little older looking game, right? But right now I know nothing of the map, right? This is the whole world, right? So, again, to show you how far, let's say I'm going to have my army here, you right click. That's how far they can turn in and go in one turn. One turn is like 6 months, right? So it takes them about 6 months now, right? So then you can move your guys, right? And then here. And then you can set stuff up. I'm not explaining anything because we're going to go play the mod. I just want to show you real quick what the game looks like in this. They give you some messages, then we're going to attack, right? So then I'm going to take this base. So I'm going to actually real-time fight it, right? So you can do auto-resolve, retreat, attack. I'm going to attack. So I want to show you the other half of the game, right? So this is the risk board style, and then on every battlefield of every fortress, or the thing is you can actually battle. You don't just battle in one place, like the Total War game. I mean, the Battle for Middle-earth. This one you actually can battle anywhere on the field, too. Your armies are moving around and they can meet and fight on a field of battle, too. Or at a town, or a fortress, or a castle, that kind of thing. So this is what the game looks like in game. Again, I think it looks fantastic for a game from 2004. Like, does that... Look at the sky. Like, I mean, granted, it's been updated and I have a good computer and stuff a little bit, but this is still the... And I did buy the definitive edition on Steam, so that it's been updated since the CD version. But still, looks really good, and I love the mechanics of how the game plays, and how you fight, and how you battle, and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do one charge down the thing, and then I'm going to go to the mod. Alright? I said skip 5 minutes. Forgive me. You're going to skip like 8 minutes. If you're... Right? So they can't charge down a little corridor. You have to charge an open field. But then you can see they're going to start battling, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're going to go to our mod now. I just wanted you to give a little idea of what the game looked like.
It was but
a cruel twist of fate that we lost. A cruel twist of fate because he wants to go play a mod and not finish the game.
the siege, if you insist, sire.
Alright, so we're going to quit the game out. We're going to hop onto the mod. Alright, so now, again, check out the link. Someone did a really good link of how to install the mod, but I already have it installed in the mod spot inside the folder and everything, and I'm going to go ahead and just open it here. So we're going to play the 4.1 version. Now, you're going to get a little confused probably when you see this. You're going to be like, wait, isn't this the Lord of the Rings Conquest picture? They used, this one's not, but the one in game. So it's going to load the game, right? I'm going to let you see their third age video they made right here. I'll be quiet for a second. It's kind of cool. So here's their modders that made the video for it. It's like a whole nother game with the engine of that one. Based on the Lord of the Rings books and film trilogy.
Darkness grows in the eastern skies. The Dark Lord Sauron gathers his armies to him in the shadows of Mordor. In the bowels of Isengard, his puppet Sauron leads a numerous folk, whose sole purpose is the destruction of the world of men. The foul servants of Mordor march upon the
It's in-game, by the way, they're showing on the left.
those who stand against them. Once more, the three people of Middle-earth stand upon the precipice of doom. The battle for Middle-earth has begun.
So these are all modded units. right? They look like orcs. They look like Rohirrim. Super cool. Now for wrath! Now for ruin! This is all in game, guys. This is what it would look like when you're actually battling. Third Age Total War. Alright, so again, you're gonna like, here's the menu. You're gonna be like, wait, isn't this the Lord of the Rings Conquest? No, I have that video out too, I know. Or will. I don't know if it's before or after this volume of our playlist. But, they just used the picture, because that other game's so old, and look, this is a really cool fighting picture. They did a really good job with that picture. Alright, so anyway, what we're gonna do today, my friends, now, we're 10 minutes in, I should have said 10 minutes before. Alright. Oh, well that's always awkward. Hold on. Alright, we fixed that problem. Forgive me, every so often since we're doing it in our Lord of the Rings Excursion playlist, since I'm using a mod, mods can be touchy, you know, a file can mess up or something, and then boom, the game's gone. Anyway, problem fixed, it works, I already did the test. The Third Age campaign, so we're gonna open that up. Remember the other one was the campaign, Medieval 2 Total War, right, the Grand campaign? Well, here's the Third Age campaign, right? So you got multiple factions, you have information about the factions, but you can play as Gondor, you can play as Rohan. As you can see, it lights up where you start your region area, right? You can play as Dale, as King Bod the Bowman. You can play as King Eragon Elisar. Now, again, you're like, wait a second, why is he King of Arnor? That doesn't make any sense. They took some creative liberty because they're trying to make a risk battlefield, guys. So they want to have leaders for every point. So that's why Denethor Stewart II is the King of Gondor, right? Or the Steward of Gondor. And then he's over here as, like, you know, they just give him a break, right? That's kind of how it works. And then the dwarves. So the dwarves actually get 2 spots they start. So it's King Dane. So they get Ereborn and the Iron Hills, and they also get Thorin's Hall, right? They start in 2 kind of areas. They have to deal with 2, which is kind of hard when your country is separated, right? Like, that's always a challenge in a game. There's another dwarven colony, which this is new. They must have added these guys. They're way over here. They're the Oracarni dwarves. The Oracarni, or Red Mountains, is a mountain range that lies far to the east of Middle-earth. It has been made by the Valar. Before Ardar was married. Wait, what does this say? Marred. Married. Marred. I don't like how it's so bright. If I were them, I would have put a black screen behind these words to make it a little easier to read. Marred, and the cemetery was lost in the wars against Melkor. At their northern edge, the Oracarni connected with the Iron Mountains, resembling the Blue Mountains in the far west. 4 of the 7 fathers of the dwarves awoke in the range after the end of the First Age, and Oracarni remained and ran through the center of the land of Rune. It's very cool. They've got a whole thing of info on here. In the Second and the Third Age, they were home to the dwarven clans. See, I can't even see the CL difference. Clans of the Iron Fists, the Blacklocks, the Stonefoots, and the Stiffbeards. Not much is known about the purposes of these dwarven clans. It is said that some of these dwarves once fought allied with the dark forces of Mordor, revealing their tendency to stand for their objectives no matter the ways. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's what it says. While not evil in nature, these folks seem to have their own independent guidelines and alignment, and they are clearly not to necessarily match other factions. What? Necessarily match other factions ones. Okay. So they don't really align with anyone, kind of thing. In their description of these dwarves. Again, you know, these dwarves, they're kind of like adding probably to the story a little bit. But anyway, it's kind of cool they put another region over here. I have some fan lore about different regions of dwarves, but we'll go into that maybe in a future episode. on my blog playlist or something. We can play as the elves. We get Linden and Forlond, and we get Rivendell. Elrond's the High King in that, which doesn't make. I mean, he's not really the High King, but oh well. The Sylvan Elves with King Thranduil, and they get Lothlorien and Mirkwood. See, they're combined. Again, that doesn't really make sense. It's like, isn't Galadriel in charge of Lorien? Yes. They just are mixing it together for a risk board, guys. Mordor, Dol Guldur Mordor. Isengard gets Isengard. The Great Goblins are basically all through the Misty Mountains. The Great Goblin is their king. We've got the Orcs of Gundabad and their chieftain, Gordoff. And then, which is kind of like the Witch King faction, Agmar. We got the Haradrim. Haradar. Ugh, how do you say it? I'm trying to think how you say it without saying Haradrim. Harad. There we go. That's the country's name. Harad. Excuse me. And then Rune, right? And then they've just got a random picture of this guy, who is that one actor, I believe. Some other guy. All right, anyway, we're going to play as the dwarves for a little bit. I'm going to put it on medium difficulty, medium battle difficulty advisory off. Long rules, you have to hold 50 regions, including Erebor, Misty Mountains, the areas. You'll figure that out later. No battle time limits. Okay, perfect. There we go. So this is 4.1, it says in the corner, but you can't see it because it's right here on the bottom, and I'm covering it up. But it's kind of cool because they've put special artwork on each loading screen. They say like the year you start in the game for this particular mod is the year 2980 TA, which you all know if you are Lord of the Rings buff, so when that is. Southward, beyond the road, lay the main forces of Haradrim, and their horsemen were gathered. The Battle of the Pelennor Fields. So basically it's just telling us a little story. It kind of goes off right here, a little farther underneath my camera, but you know, go to see me, ha. Anyway, I love this game, you guys. We're not gonna make this video super long. I'm not gonna like play this game like a ton right now. I just wanted to kind of show you guys because I thought you'd think it's cool. And any friends out there who like these kind of mods and love Total War games who might want to join our channel and like and subscribe. Alright, you guys, so this is what you start with. Remember what I showed you with the Scottish campaign with the actual game that was created by, who made this game? Sega. I think it's Saga. SEG, long time ago. And now they're also, I don't think, Sega is how you think, actually. Sega, but I don't think they do, I think Total War does it by themselves now. They're their own company now, I believe. Alright, so, anyway. So look, here are some of your leaders. So you can go up in this little button here, right? Well, this is a problem. I'm going to get rid of my picture for a minute here. All right. You guys need to be able to see. You move around the map with the WSEAD key, right? Keys. And then here we are. So we've got the Lonely Mountain. It's basically a fortress city. You've got your buildings. You can click your armies once I have it selected. Here's one of our spies, Nar the spy. Right. All right, and then so we got Ballin. In fact, I almost feel like this sounds a little too quiet. We're gonna bump it up just a little bit. There we go. You guys gotta be able to hear it. So then they got all these custom units. It's super cool. Even custom like hero models instead of just the generic knight in armor like from the Medieval 2 game. There's Dane. King Dane. You can right click on him, you can see what he's good at. He's the leader of the clans. He gets authority and command. King under the mountain +2 authority. Right, so and then he's got a bunch of biography. Dane the second Dane Ironfoot is the son of Nain and the grandson of Gror, the youngest son of King Dane the First, and is king under the mountain and king of Durin's folk. Dane fought in the war of the dwarves and orcs, but his only recorded deeds are the Battle of Azanul Bazaar, which we all know about. +5 hit points, 2 command. For your sect, you get a bunch of bonuses for that faction leader. So he's really strong. He's got some serious buffs. He's really good, calm and confident at the head of an army, and usually decisive in victory. It kind of shows you these go up and down depending on what you do in the game. That's just the mechanics of this kind of game. We could start hiring more dwarven warriors. Dwarven miners are another basic fighting unit. They're not for actually mining. Woo! That sound actually got so much louder. That's crazy. The music went up so loud. Alright, so anyway, let's look around the map here, right? So the Lonely Mountain, the Iron Hills, right? One of their other battles over here. Oh, look, here's Glowin. He's over here. He's one of your commanders. You go here, you can go to the family. Where's the family tree? Interesting. They don't have a family tree in this game mode. Huh. Well, you can see all the leaders, though. So you have... And apparently Thorn is alive at this point. They just put him on the other side. Again, not very good to lore, but you get the point. It's a risk game, right? So Thorn's over here. He's the faction heir, which is hilarious. Unless this is considered Thorin the Third Stonehelm, and he's not Thorin Oakenshield. I mean, I guess that would be the lore. I don't think it is, though. Gimli is up here in Kilibdoom. So you get Kilibdoom, you get... We're over here on the other side, right? I clicked the map to fly over there. So if we go all the way back over here, we go to the Lonely Mountain. You can see they've done a really good job with the map, right? There's Mirkwood. It's a huge map. This game can go on... You could play this game for 50 hours, one campaign, and not be done. It's a fun game, though, right? There's Evendim. Here's the Shire around here. You can't really see anything until you travel and explore it. Right? Here is Helm's Deep would be right there. Isengard would be there. You won't see the fortress until you get there. They do have special models for them, I believe. Gondor would be here. You can see Gondor's outer wall. The ring, right? The outer wall, which a lot of people don't realize from the movies. They had an outer wall, right, with all the fields, and then there's the fortress here with its 7 walls, right? Osgiliath would be there. If we walked over here and looked, there's Mount Doom, Mordor, and then you got all of Harad down here, and the Corsairs cities are out here on the coast, right? Dol Amroth is somewhere around there. It's pretty cool. I think it's a cool game. By the way, down here, all your command, it's end turn to go to the next, or you look at your financial displays, and this is the end turn, so basically it moves a turn. So basically, you do all your moves, the much your characters can move, right? They have a limit to how much they can move each turn, and then once they've moved, they can't move more, or they can do a combat phase where they fight, that kind of thing. Dale is our allies, right? It's not my faction, but they're right next to us. They're fortress, because they're our allies. Bard's there, right? This is after Smog Rep, and then you'd end your turn, and then the other computers will move. The game kind of lags a little bit, but their computers are thinking, they're doing their moves, which is fun because you can turn the computers on hard and actually be a challenge. They will be very hard. Remember, it's like a risk game. Bandits are random units. They're no one's units. So a new hero! A Patreon, King Dane. Hey guys, if you want to be a patron, I got a link. You can join the Discord. It's a joke. All right. I mean, it's not entirely a joke. That is a thing, but I'm being silly to plug that. Yeah. So anyway, this basically means you can adopt them into the family. This guy growing. So it's just random. This is a mechanic in the game. I'm gonna not, right? I'm gonna move on. So anyway, this is something that I'm definitely gonna play this in the future. I might do some. I want to make this kind of an introduction volume of this game and mod type. So here, look, there's another one.
Fight for your people as if they were my own.
There's another leader from Dale. You can go down the Misty Mountains. So Khazad-dûm is here. You can kind of see the way they designed it. There's the fortress. This is Lothlorien. Their fortress would be like there-ish. Dol Guldur. Their fortress is on this hill here somewhere. Somewhere in there. Yeah, it's super cool. Anyway, I want to show you the other mod too. So we're going to show you the other one right now, because it's super cool as well. And then again, the combat, I need to show you the combat units real quick. Custom battle. So we're gonna pretend the beacons of Gondor, right? Go into here. So we got all these units, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do the dwarves again. I'm already dwarves. Let's make the enemies goblins, shall we? So we give ourselves a crazy amount of money, because usually do limits to keep things working in a reasonable way. So you got some goat riders. Gonna get some of those. They got some specialized units, it looks like they've customized. That's kind of cool. Alright, so let's just make ourselves a little army here. Go to the goblins team. What are we gonna give them? Oh, they're gonna get some cave trolls, some wolf riders, and then some goblins. Alright, boom, we're gonna start the battle. I love their artwork they do. Like the pictures they put and stuff in it. Very cool that they did all the work like that, you know? Alright, so here's what the game looks like. They look really good, the modded units. I mean, look at that. Why won't it? Oh, interesting. It won't let me spin my screen like in the other one. Alright, anyway. Oh, look at that! Those are so cool! They're like the things that Dwalin they used in the extended edition of the Battle 5 armies. I don't know if you watched the extended edition, guys. You should. It's really good. But that's pretty cool. Let's just go see the enemy army real quick and ram them with some rams. Ha ha ha! See what I did there? Some goats. You can speed the game up a little bit. So we're just on a random battlefield, by the way. You can see the trolls back there. Let's just see it. Let's see what happens. Now, I'm really confused why I can't rotate the screen. It's very unusual. Not sure why. Alright, here we go. Get them, goats. Oh, so right now they're not going to ram them because... Oh, they are. Oh, I have to hold Alt to ram them. That's why. They're shooting range shots. Oh, that was very anticlimactic. Come on, guys. It's being a little glitchy. The music's epic. They put the Lord of the Rings music. Look at the trolls. They're running over their own guys. Those things are pretty legit, the trolls. Here we go. Let's do a ram here. Oh, can they shoot while they're running? Oh, we're gonna miss the ram. Get him, dwarf goatman! It's pretty cool. This game is very satisfying when you really get committed to the game. Quick, shoot them with your... Are you guys gonna shoot? I don't know what they're doing. They're kind of just chilling. Those trolls are just beelining it for my troops. Let's see if we can get a nice ram to the side here. It does matter where you ram enemies. Come on, get them! Get them, men! And the goats slaughter them. I'm just gonna run through them. Oh, here we go. The trolls are here. Ah! Oh no!
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we
Gosh.
will smash the enemy.
It's a lot of trolls. Let's see, where are my archers? Oh, they're the ones that just got rammed head on. Wonderful. Alright, let's see these guys shoot. I want to see how they shoot. Alright, you guys shoot. Are they ballista shots or do they shoot really fast? Let's find out. They take a long time to set up, apparently. Are they gonna shoot? Oh, I think they just shoot a bunch of shots real quick. Okay. Heavy infantry. Dwarves are ridiculously tanky in this game. Oh, look at these guys on their wolves. These goblins on their wolves. This is pretty cool. My dwarves are like, get off! The dwarves look legit. They really do. Oh no, we lost a goat riding team.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Oh, really? Are we slaughtering them that much? Oh my gosh, apparently my goat riders are just running people over. The wolf guys are gone, though. The trolls are now, look like they're running for their lives. Most of the trolls have been killed. That's what happens when you run a bunch of trolls into an army of dwarves. You're gonna lose some dwarves, but they're gonna kill them. Kill them all. Not kill them doom. You guys should shoot arrows. That would be nice. You guys go set up a line over there so you can do formations if you hold right click and drag. And like formations, I want you to go over there and form up kind of thing. Why are these guys not shooting? I'm so confused why they're not shooting. Maybe they are shooting and I just can't tell. Maybe it's just glitching. I don't know, I'm very disappointed in these units. They're not fighting. It's making me sad. You guys are supposed to fight! Shoot things! Oh, well, we'll go back and watch how awesome this battle is over here. Yeah, slaughter the orcs! Dwarf units are way better than these goblin units. Oh, they're just running for their lives. See, if you hover them, they're routing broken. It's telling me in the descriptions. They're running for their lives. The dwarves are too scary. All their trolls are dead. This troll still alive? Kill it! Well, let's just have them... Oh, we killed their commander. That's probably at the end of the battle. Once the commander dies, he's usually stuck on one unit. For example, my dwarf commander is right here. He's on this goat. It says it's him. Ooh, get him! Ho 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 ho! My dwarven crossbows were like, let's unleash 140 arrows into that troll and see if he dies. Captain Thror defeated Captain Lugbog. They're just completely random names, by the way. You can save the replay or whatever if it was really epic. That wasn't that epic, so I've had much more epic in the past. All right, so anyway, you got to get the gist of that mod. I want to quickly look at the mod for the it's Divide and Conquer, I believe. I think it's Divide and Conquer one. We're gonna find it right now. Bum 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 dun bum dun. Yes, it is. All right, Divide and Conquer. This is the same video, same team that made this one. This is just a little bit different and updated. It's actually more of an updated one, so as you can see, it's a different one, version 3, right? So you can go to single player, we're gonna go to grand campaign. As you can see, their layout is so much nicer how they did this one. You can read the words and all that kind of stuff, and randomly getting a message from a different thing. Sorry. But anyway, you can see, look at how many more teams there are on this one. So I'll probably be using this one to play a lot with you guys. If we do more on our Lord of the Rings Excursion playlist. So you can play as the Kingdom of Gondor. Again, it's the Steward, right? And it's got more details of him. Or you can play as the Principality of Dol Amroth, which is pretty cool. But they even have that. Northern Duodain, which they kind of start up in this area like. Kind of cool, but it's, of course, it's Aragon, Chieftain Aragon. See, it's Chieftain. They tried better with the lore. He's a Chieftain of the North. He's not the King of Arnor, right? The Ardua. What are these people? Kingsmen. The Great Cape. Oh, they're right on the edge down here. They're like one place. Another place of Gondor. That's pretty cool. It's from the history. And then, of course, you got the cool Lord of the Rings background. In Breland, their chieftain is Master Barlover Butterbear. Just, they're being funny with that one. But, yeah, it's good. And then you got the Dunling things there. And then you've got Grey Havens of Linden, led by Círdan, which we all know and love that character, right? And he has basically Forlond and all that. Then you have Elrond, the Lord Master Elrond, who's of Rivendell, just Rivendell. See, again, this is much more realistic. I like how they did this one a little bit better. Dol Amroth is the leader, the chieftain, right? Sorry, not Dol Amroth, Dol Guldur. I just saw Dol and just put Amroth on the end of it. So Dol Guldur, right? And then this is we have the Scary Man, one of the lords of the Nazgul. It's probably the Easterling one that was sent to Guldur, right? And then we've got the Goblins of Moria. We have the Orcs of Gundabad up in Gundabad. See, much more realistic how they have everything set up here. We have the Clans of the Endawaith. Very cool to even have this faction. So the map's more balanced with enemies and good guys all over, right? So these are kind of like Dunlendings, but they're different. And in Lord of the Rings Online, we're gonna get to here on our Lord of the Rings LOTR Tale, which you should check out that playlist, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help. All right, so then we've got the Harad down here, right, and their leader, the Serpent Lord Kuzalama. I butchered that name. Moving on. And then we got another area back here in the back, the Varegs of the Krog. It's cool. They've like subcategorized groups in Harad. They don't just lump one clan, which is kind of cool. The Easterlings of Rune. We have the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm. I think they only get the Lonely Mountain though. And then you have the Dwarves of Erebor. Oh wait. Oh, I remember. The Dwarves of Khazad-dûm, you get one big army. You're the High Lord Balin. You're one clan. You're all by yourself. You have no settlement or place you start. And you have to travel and take Khazad-dûm back. And that's like the thing, right? Because in the book, what happens, right? Balin gets killed. But you can try to change that in this game mode. So that's kind of cool. The Dwarves of Erebor, right? So with King Dane Ironfoot II as their leader. You have the Remnants of Agmar, Overlord Agnardush, or whatever his name is. This is actually something you deal with in, yeah. You deal with stuff in Lord of LOTR with this too, which was kind of cool, but very cool. And then you got the Dwarves of Erd Luin with their clan lord Gore, right? So he basically is in charge now that Thorin's gone of his lands, right? Kind of cool. We have Isengard, of course. We all know Isengard, Saruman, their leader. Kingdom of Dale with King Bane, heir Prince Brand. So a little bit more realistic to what the lore, I believe. So they own that areas, right? Then we have Mordor. They're just flat out Mordor with Sauron. Their heir is the Witch King. Right? Heir being if their Sauron leader got killed. Because again, it's a risk game, guys. It doesn't follow the same rules as the lore. They try to balance it though like that, so Sauron's scary as everything else. Kingdom of Rohan, and then you got the Realm of Lothlorien by itself, and then we have the Vale of Dorwinion, which are these people who live here in the Rune area. They have an island, and they're good people. You have the Woodland Realm with King Thranduil, and you have the Anduil Vale, which is basically Bjorning and Bjorning, right? Bjorn and his family of huntsmen. The huntsman Bjorn, heir Grimbjorn, which is the person the Grimbjorn is the father of our Bjorning in the Lord of the Rings Online. So kind of cool how that comes together there, right? So anyway, really fun. We're definitely going to use this mod if we play this a lot on this channel. I'm going to be playing this mod more because there's just more factions. I like how they do it. So let's just say we are going to let's pick Aragon here, chieftain, and just see how it looks, right? Let's see if there's any cool start or anything. Here we go. So again, you started the summer of 2980 TA. I forget how much is every turn. I think it's 6 months still in this game, but we'll see. I looked on it and saw that whereas it had once been green and fair, it was now filled with pits and forges. Gandalf about Isengard, the Council of Elrond. So it should have been more like, I looked on it and saw that. I didn't realize it was Gandalf talking. Gandalf the Grey. I rode to Isengard to find that it was filled with pits and forges. Alright, welcome to Divide and Conquer! A very warm welcome to the Divide and Conquer version 3 of the Cold North. This message has been prepared to brief you on the major changes between Divide and Conquer and Third Age 3.2. Okay, so again, that's the one I used to play. The third mod I was talking about, when I was growing up, I played Third Age 3.2, which is like made many years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe more. And then we have the other mod, which is the 4.1 that someone took of the 3.2 and upgraded it. But really, Divide and Conquer is the best one, even though it's a little older than the newer one, because this team worked really hard on updating the 3.2 to the Divide and Conquer game, which has more, you know, same kind of map. You can read all this stuff. Characters can die of old age, but not until they reach at least 120. That's a thing. If you play Medieval 2 Total War, you'd understand that characters normally died at like 60 years old because it's realistic in medieval times. A lot of people didn't live very long, but they live a lot longer in this. So heroes will be a lot more. So your Aragon's not going to die of old age before the ring's destroyed. That kind of thing, right? There are 4 turns per year. Oh, okay, so it's quarter years instead of the normal 6 months, like I was saying. So a 16-year-old character would take 416 turns to die of old age. Okay, so that's gonna be about a game. 416 turns is a long time. You've been playing for hours and hours and hours at that point. So this is, yeah, that's pretty nice how they set that up. Anyway, they got a lot more info. We're not gonna read all that. We're gonna look at stuff. Northern Duodane. Then they have a whole lore thing. Look, they worked really hard on this mod, and it's beautifully laid out how they've done everything. And again, let me just show you. So here we go. We have Ostsul. There's Duodane Fort of Amansul, right? It's kind of cool. Why can't I see any units there? Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe no one's in it right now. And then Breland allies, right? The Breland border, basically. So the Duodane kind of, remember, they landed in the north and they're around Breland, right? And the Shire and stuff.
Yes, my lord.
So we have this guy here's Halbarad down here in Breland, kind of guarding the borders, probably into the Shire. So there's Halbarad of the North. He's a very good commander. He's got a couple Duodine Rangers with him. Duodine. Sorry. I think it's Duodane. It sounds a little bit more realistic. I don't know why I always call it Duodine. Alright, and then there's another fortress up here. And we've got another one of the Rangers. I'm sure he's in the lore, or they might have made him up. I'm not sure. Sometimes they'll make up heroes. So he's up here near Evendim, right? There's the Lake of Evendim. Again, I believe this map might even be bigger than the other one. So, like, yeah, it's a little bit different layout, you can tell slightly. So here's the Blue Mountains again, and then if you go over, we can go to the Misty Mountains, right? Rivendell would be there. And then Mirkwood. It looks slightly bigger, and it looks laid out nicer. There's where Dol is. The Lonely Mountain would be here. It's just glitching out. If you went there, it would probably be a big mountain with a fortress on it. And then there's the Iron Hills, and then as you can see, there's a lot more over here. The only thing is in this mod is they don't have that dwarf faction that they added in the other one over here. They kind of kept more to the Lord of the Rings, right? Risk board in this one, which is good. And they added more factions though, which is nice, and it split it up. So, too bad you can do more crossovers. You probably could, but it'd be a lot of work. Anyway, look at how cool this is though. Isn't that a cool map? It's really pretty. It's neat to see a giant risk board like this that has some realisticness, but still looks like a game board, you know? So there's the wall around Gondor. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Harad down here. Wow, Harad's a lot bigger than the other board. Look at that. It's got a lot more space. Probably the Corsairs of Umbar there. Pretty cool. Here's our diplomatic information. The following factions are now at war with each other. Orcs of Gundabad, the Andwell Vale, they automatically are at the beginning of the game. This changes over time depending on what factions do. Again, in Medieval 2 Total War, the original, it's a lot easier to keep randomly who's your friend and foe, right? Depending on what's happening around you. In this game mode, it's a lot harder to, you know, ally as a dwarf to orcs. Like, that's for me really hard to do. It's just not going to happen. The way they've programmed the AIs, the computer players, because that's unrealistic. Anyway. Yep. All right. Well, there we go. There we have it, my friends. Here's a faction leader, Chieftain Aragon. He's extremely powerful, so bold and confident in command. This man could lead an angry mob to conquer an empire. These are the old things from Medieval 2 Total War. It's like whatever their level is, it says what their authority. His people consider his word nothing less than divine mandate. These are old boxes of information are from the medieval game. So bold. Let's see, what is this? Respect. Generally respected and honorable to both master and minion alike. Obedience. Obedient and knowledgeable. So, knowingly so. Elven friend. So he gets his farms to get more output. Again, if you look at the city, you get Ranger's Hut, you get Hunting Camp, Duodine Encampment, Inn, road, communal farming. Oh, and there's, oh, look at that. And these little books, you can right click on them and it tells you about the place. And has a picture. That's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. Fantastic game mod. We're definitely going to play this. That's enough. We're kind of an introduction to this game mod here, my friends. I want to show you one thing real quick, though, before we go. Let's just show you this bottom right corner. Let's hope it loads without exploding, because I minimized a modded game. Sometimes it doesn't like that. Give it a sec. We'll give it like 3 more seconds before we just give up. Oh, nope, we're giving up. It's dying on us. Oh, wonderful. Just what I needed. Oh, it doesn't say it's broken. Alright, forget that. We're messing everything up now. Alright, moving on, my friends. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's see, let's put me back here. Hiya! Alright, well, anyway, those are the mods for the Total War 2, and those are the Divide and Conquer mod we just watched here at the end, and then we're not going to look at the Total War 3.2, like I said. And then we also looked at the other 4.1 version of Third Age. Just Third Age. But the Divide and Conquer is like an upgraded version of the Third Age, but they're both Third Age. Right? That's the name they gave it for the mod for the Medieval 2 Total War game, modded Lord of the Rings. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. So that's going to be one of our volumes of our new playlist, the Lord of the Rings Excursion. Again, it was like an excursion. It's a completely different thing. We might actually play that game for a little bit in a couple episodes on this playlist, where I'll do some battles and start doing the quests and chapters, show you some cool things possibly. Cool battles, maybe epic moments where I'm like battling a Belrog or something. Yes, there are Belrogs in it too. But yep, we're gonna move on, and I'll see you in the next episode of Voice of the Rings. Check out our other playlists, guys. The subscribe button's right there. There'll be more up in the top left. There will be more of our episodes, and then right there we'll have our main playlist if you want to check it out. Those are the main ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You're the best. I'm your host and guide, Zolan Ironshield, and I'll see you in the next episode of Voice of the Rings. Have a great day in Middle Earth.